Hey everyone out there on the World Wide Web. Yet again, I have to restart on that. Okay. I'm guessing you can sort of see a bit, the distinct absence of King Furniture, which you want to see the remainder of it right here. But, I don't think you can see the string. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm just replanting this yard out. I'm still going to leave the tractors that remains where it is, but for the most part, I'm going to be revamping this layout over next fall, I do believe, because this summer I'm planning on focusing on the freight fleet and the locomotive fleet. However, I'll probably end up picking up some switches for at least the yard throat. Probably just for down here, but we'll see. Okay, so first I think we'll start out with what I have already done. As I'm sure you've noticed, King Furniture is gone. However, I still have some of the remaining trackage, namely this stuff. Ignore the string right now, I'll explain that later. But we pull up to this first Y here, which I had for King Furniture. One leg goes off to the new King Furniture, which has spots for 3 boxcars. So we still have the freight. The other leg comes to a second Y. One leg goes off to 4 industries. If I can get the dang tripod to cooperate with me here. Which comes to a right-hand switch. 1 industry right here with 2 spots, and then 3 industries on this one spur. One with 2 spots here, another with 1 spot here, and another with 1 spot here. I still need to come up with names and ideas for all of those. And then the other leg of that Y comes to this switch right here, which uses the original through switch. I think you can see that, but I removed this switch right here where everything was derailing, and now my trains run straight through there. The only downside is now there's only one way around the layout at that end, but I'm willing to make that compromise. And there's also no return runaround right there, which I've planned a remedy for. But anyways, this track swings around into a 4-car industry as well. 2 boxcars here, 2 hoppers here, and I'm going to have a little overpass, whatever you want to call it, to an industrial building over here. But that's going to have to wait till I build this. So anyways, that, and then that just comes back up to there. So anyways, that's the current industrial district. Now, in sticking with the industrial district, as you hear the vacuum in the background, hopefully you can still hear me over it. Like I mentioned, the removal of the switch down that way. Yeah, here's my hand. But switch here, switch here, switch here. This is going to be a runaround running down the length of there, hooking into there. That switch down there. I'm going to just move the camera. Darn it. Sorry for the uneven camera movement. Will be moved down to here, and we'll have the track looping around there, connecting back up further down there, and we'll still have that continuous run while that switch there will complete the passing siding there. And there will also be a crossover right here to the industrial district. Now, that first industrial district was only stage 1. I will pull a spur off of here. I'm going to end up swapping this switch with another switch so I can pull that control over there, although I'm not sure what's going to happen. The point is, I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen to everything, but that will pull into a passing siding that comes up to the current engine servicing switch right there. Alrighty, and we're going to go back down here, and I'm just going to work around like that. Alright, so off of that passing siding, first, there's not really any room to put it there. First, we're going to pull a switch right here. Well, a spur, really. That just runs down that way. The industry in the background here is going to be a wood paneling refinisher. There's going to be, well, a wood paneling finisher. There will be a tank car unloading here, room for 2 or 3 boxcars back there, and we'll have that industry. This right here, right there will probably be a team track, and there'll be a road going down there, excuse me, pulling off right there. Darn it. I'm noticing a bunch of controls I need to flip around. We'll see what I can do. And pulling to a lot right here, which will have that acting as a team track right there. Let me move that. That spur right there acting as a team track. So anyways, that's kind of explaining the roads. But then, besides this spur, which we're going to pull another switch right here, which will run down into there, and we'll have a cut switchback, which will have to be worked there. But we'll also pull a switch off of that switchback, and we're going to run another passing siding around here. So it's kind of like a double passing siding. Right now I'm just letting my ideas flow, but anyways, we'll have that there. We'll pull a switch off right here as well, which will run around there, and we'll get to that in a second. But we're also going to pull a switch off right here, and you know what? I'll go ahead and move the camera. So I think I've explained all these spurs right now. We'll go ahead and move the camera. Alright, and finally, those two spurs, we're going to pull this off right here, and we'll have probably three warehouses in this area, and then we'll have this as like a spur team track deal right there. Alrighty, and finally we have our yard throat. This line will be out to the Norfolk Southern Railroad, which gives me an excuse as to Norfolk Southern hinges running around, because I've always wanted to scratch build, well not scratch build, kit bash a Norfolk Southern GP50. And I have some prototype photos, and I'm thinking I'm going to get Bachmann's old piece of crap line model. Basically, the piece of crap line is their standard line. Basically, is you get what you pay for. You pay $35, you get a locomotive that may or may not run. But I've looked at BLMA and all the other areas, and I think I can get enough detail parts to just like completely rebuild the shell, get me like an Atlas GP38-2, GP40-2 frame. Well, not frame, locomotive. Use the walkway, cut it off, first pilot. Maybe use the pilots because the Bachmann model just has a like square and the rectangular opening at the front and the truck mount coupler, but so just use GP40-2 or whatever I wind up getting, front pilot, cut it both of them off, install it, all that. See if that'll work for prototype, whatever will work for prototype basically, but we'll see if that happens or not. Okay, so we have the Norfolk Southern line here. We're going to come to a switch here. This switch will continue and go onto that. And then we'll put another switch further down here. I'm sure as you can tell from the building, so it'll be the new engine sourcing. But we'll put a switch right here. This line will continue down and plug into a switch installed right here so that I can have my main line and my yard throat right here. And then that yard throat, because this main line is just interchange, will continue around where it can switch to the main line and the Aiken Northern main line and all that. But so yeah, and then we have the yard throat continuing around here, connecting up there, and we're going to pull a switch from right there that comes around. There'll be another switch, and we'll basically split into two spurs. That would be the engine sourcing, engine house, all that, and then we'll have the MOW building right there. Little boxcar for MOW storage and all that. But then I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a little shelf, put some foam on there, and what I use in my yard office, just put it out there and have like all the switch lists and everything on the shelf here, so that you get your orders and everything. Have a little BLMA radio tower coming up there or something. So anyways, that's the plan for the yard. Now let's go over to the town side and see what's going on over there.